Okay, you can say, are you feeling unconfident, right?
or fear from the result,
Yeah, that may be there is
fear
one thought. Yeah,
to fail.
fear of result. Yeah, you may get failed. That may be one thought. Somebody else may say, oh, you're not, maybe uh, your health is not all right, so that's why you're not appearing. Or maybe you have not prepared well, that's why you're not appearing. You know that you are going to fail, that's why you're not appearing. You, or somebody may say, oh, you do not have a way to go to the examination hall, maybe, or you do not have a proper pen or a pencil or something like that. These kind of questions you will ask. Now see, in this setting, the friend is Arjuna, right? He is talking to Krishna. The Krishna, I will not fight this battle. Okay, so if you just superimpose our thoughts to Mahabharata, what should Krishna ask Arjun? Arjuna, oh, you're not feeling confident. Maybe you have not prepared well for your fight. Maybe you forgot your weapons in your home. Huh? All these questions Krishna should ask. No, Krishna doesn't ask all these things. Krishna says, you know what, Arjuna? You have forgotten the basics. I know why are you rejecting the concept of a fight. Hmm? You, the Guru had taught you in the Gurukul that you are not the body, you are soul. As a 5-year-old boy, you got admitted into the Gurukul. The Guru teaches from this. The teaching starts from this knowledge of the soul. He taught you. Now you have forgotten. I am going to teach you again the same thing. You are not the body, you are soul. This is the knowledge of soul, which is the basis of and all the decision making in our life. How, we will see. Okay. Now I'll give you another scenario. Okay, let us say that you are trying to solve a mathematical problem. Okay, this, we have all solved these problems in maths, which has some equations and it requires some steps to solve. So let's say this problem has 10 steps. You know, in first step you do this, in second step you do this, like that. In the 10th step you get the answer. Okay, in this 10-step mathematical solution, in the first step of the solution you write 2 plus 3 equal to 6. Okay, you calculate like that, and then you continue. Will you get the right answer at the end, or will you get a wrong answer? Yes, I hope I'm not making anybody sleep. Savita, Anagha, Manisha,
Prabhuji,
Shashi,
wrong
Sharad,
answer.
anyone. You
Wrong
will get a wrong
answer.
answer. Why will you get a wrong answer?
Because 2 plus 3 is 5.
2 plus 3 is 5. I have written 6, but I have written 2 plus 3 equal to 6 only in the one step. What is the problem? Why will I get the wrong answer in the 10th step?
Then all the repeated steps will be wrong, no? Because the first step is wrong.
Yes, exactly. So that's, yeah, everybody knows it. All of us have solved questions like this. First step's result is used in the second step and third step and the fourth step, like that it continues, right? In the 10th step, our answer gets wrong because we have done a mistake in the first step. Now think about this. All of us have lived our life on the basis that I am this body. Okay, I will live happily in this world. I will never die. I will win this world. All of this conception, since childhood, these kind of things are given to us. Kar lo duniya mutti mein. Become a great person. Earn a lot of money. You will be happy. Take good care of this body. Become a powerful person. Groom this body. Become beautiful. You will be happy. If the premise is this, that is why today nobody of us is happy. No matter what we achieve in our life, we are not happy. Because the premise has gone wrong. Let's move ahead. I'll connect to this point later. Again. So if somebody asks you, I'm sorry, let us somebody asks you, who are you? What will your answer be? Anyone? See, this is an interactive session today. I'll need a lot of participation, and you participate quickly, we'll move fast. Otherwise, the presentation will be slow. So please.
The general answer would be, I will tell my name.
I will
I
tell
am
my
so and
name.
so.
Yes, very nice. But the name is given after the child takes birth, and after 9 days or 10 days or maybe 1 month, the name is given to the child. So if I'm telling my name, the name was given maybe after 15 days or 1 month. So before that, who was I? Who are you?
I was soul.
You are soul. How do you know you are soul?
I was soul. Before
You were soul.
naming myself, given into a name, I was
Huh?
destined into the mother's body. I was as a soul.
No, I don't think so. When a baby comes out of mother's body, he comes out he comes out, or he or she comes out as a soul, or he or she comes out as a baby.
As a body.
Yeah, he comes out as a body, right? So how do you know you are soul? Your answer is right. I'm trying to kind of play devil's advocate, just to make you analyze the answer. See, generally we say our name or we tell our designation, right? I'm an engineer. I'm a software engineer. I work with Dell. We may tell our company's name. I belong to Rajasthan. We may tell our birthplace, and we may tell our religion. We may tell our nationality. We may tell our interests. I'm a gardener. I'm an artist. I'm a musician. Things like that. But then all of these things are acquired in this world later. Who are we? So see, this is Dr. Harry Bonson. He was a professor of anatomy at Illinois College of Medicine. He says that most of the human body is water. All of us know, right? 70%, 75% human body is water. And in a 60-pound person, there are about these calculations: 5 pounds of calcium, 1.5 pounds of phosphate, potassium, sulfur, sodium, magnesium, iron, copper, etc. Right? Our body is made up of chemicals. So this person says that if you collect all these chemicals which are in a healthy human body, you purchase these chemicals from the market, collect them in a bag, then he found that the total value of a human body is 110 rupees. Now think about it. Your value, my value, somebody else's value in this world, it is approximately 110 rupees, not more than that, because we are made of chemicals, right? So are we more than these chemicals, or are we just chemicals? Science says that human body is nothing but a machine. It's a complex machine. It is made up of chemicals. Emotions, they come when a particular chemical is released in the body. We feel some emotions, things like that. So your value is 110 rupees. Let's say one of your friend was going in a Mercedes Benz on Mumbai Pune Express Highway, and unfortunately he met with an accident. You got the news, you went to the site, your friend is lying there, and the Mercedes Benz is also lying there. Who will you save? The Benz or the friend? Mercedes Benz is 25 lakhs. Friend is 110 rupees. Who will you save?
Obviously, the human life, the friend.
Yeah, but why? That's the point. Yes, right answer, Shashi.
Yeah,
I will save my friend, but the friend costs only 110 rupees. Is that the value of a friend?
because the value of a human life as an individual, because of the capabilities that it carries, are is very difficult to equate to a material subject. I mean,
Yeah.
the virtues of emotional, psychological, cognitive ability that it has is far
Yes.
more beyond a physical subject.
Yes. So that means the body does not have the value. There is something in this body which has the value, which is our true identity, which is the person the value is for a person, not for the body. This is Benazir Bhutto. Okay, she was a party throwing student at her in her youth. Later on, she became Prime Minister of Pakistan. She was considered to be a beauty queen in her time. Couple of years ago, she died in a bomb blast.
Brutally murdered.
In a rally, right? The chemicals are still the same, but the body does not have any feelings. The body does not have any desires. The body does not have any thinking. The body does not have any movement, right? That means the body does not have any consciousness. So this body is same, everything is same, but the soul is gone. There is something inside this body which is the real identity, which is my real identity, which is your real identity. And when that identity decides to go away from the body loses its value, right? The value was for that which was there in this body, that is called soul, that is called Atma. In Urdu, it's called Ruh, right? So for the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. This is Bhagavad Gita. Again, second chapter. Soul never dies. And soul never takes birth. Soul remains as it is at the time of death. Now you see, this is a complex picture. Here, just consider that here death is happening for a person. This is a baby is getting born. He grows up to become an adult, and here it becomes older, and then it dies, right? And after the death, according to his karma, according to his desires, according to the way he has lived his present life, he gets one of the 8.4 million life forms. So in the bottom pane, these are the different species which are given: a horse or a tiger or a buffalo or a bear or a human or a monkey or a crocodile or a fish, bird, like that. So how it happens? The soul leaves the body and gets into another body. Okay, so let's move ahead. So all these are Bhagavad Gita verses. 2.20, soul is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. And when the body is died, the body is slain, soul is not slain. Okay, so this is a quick differences between the body and the soul. Body is matter, soul is spirit. Matter, what is matter? Anything in this world, all these objects surrounding me which doesn't have life, that is called matter. The soul is spirit. Matter is not conscious, the soul is always conscious. The laptop, the mouse, the printer, the mobile phone, the earphones, TV, they do not have any consciousness, right? Humans, living entities, are called living entities because they are conscious. And they are conscious because they are souls. The body is covering the soul. We will get to that point in a short while. The body changes, but the soul never changes. How do you understand this? That the body changes, but the soul does not change? I'll give you a simple example. Many times we show our photographs to our loved ones, right? If I put 10 photographs in front of you, my photographs, right? I was 3-year-old, 5-year-old, 7-year-old, 12-year-old, 18, 20, 25, 30, 38, like that, right? I showed different age photos. You will say, oh, that's a baby, that's a boy, there are maybe different people. But I will say, no, this is also me, 5-year-old, this is me. All of these are me. So I am identifying with this photo as one particular person, but the others, they will say that, no, these are different persons, isn't it? That's because my body has changed. But as a person, because I am the soul, I have not changed. I am the same person who was there in the 5-year-old body and who is there in a 35-year-old body also, right? Medical science says that every 7 years, all the cells of our body are changed completely. That means every 7 years, we are a new person if you just look at a bodily angle, bodily perception. But as a person, I never feel that I've changed. I may grow fat, I may grow thin, I may grow tall, I may, people these days do a lot of changes in their looks and appearances. But as a person, they remain the same, right? The spirit does not change. The body is temporary, but the spirit is eternal. How do you understand this? I'll give you another example for this. See, we know that the man and the human or the living entities, are they mortal or are they immortal? All of us are mortals, right? Mortals meaning we have to die one day. We know this fact. But even after knowing that we have to die one day, we never think that the death is going to happen to me, or I want to die one day. That feeling does not come ever, that I want to die or I have to leave one day. We think that this life will go on like this forever. Things will just keep improving and improving and improving. That feeling, that that emotion of living forever is coming from the level of soul, because we are not the body, we are souls, right? So this eternity is the property of soul. Okay, so body is dead and the spirit is alive. How do you understand this? The body is made up of matter, right? So the body, that means matter is always dead. This keyboard, this laptop, this jar, everything around us, matter, this is always dead, right? It does not move. It is consciousness. Similarly, this body which I have, this is also matter. There is soul inside it which is making it alive. And that's why when the soul leaves, the body is called dead. It's called the body. It does not move because everything is matter now, right? The soul is always alive. Any questions on this slide? Then we move ahead quickly. Okay, no questions. So let's go ahead.
Shashi,
Hi, Shashi. Yes.
quick one on that last slide. Yeah, what
Yeah.
you explained, agreed, but how do you actually get to feel the soul? I mean, this is all fine. We all understand in some or the other form, and
Yes.
everything is right. But how do you actually feel the soul? I mean,
Yes, I will.
you don't get to
Yes,
see it. So how do you feel it?
Yes. So we are getting there, right? Just stay tuned. Okay, we are getting in different ways to understand. So this is logical. Okay, little bit of observations, little bit of logic, and that is how we have discussed this, and we are moving ahead. I'll give you enough evidences. Okay, so yeah, so this is the foremost teaching of the Vedas or Bhagavad Gita. When Arjuna says that I don't want to fight this battle, Krishna does not ask him his health or is he confident or things like that. Krishna tells Arjuna that Arjuna, you are not the body, you are soul. From there, Krishna starts speaking Bhagavad Gita, and everything else is based on this knowledge of the soul. Okay, now let us say that again, science says that this human body is nothing but a complex machine made up of so many chemicals, right? So now here again, we're getting into some logic here, that let's say there is a drama happening in a theater, a play is going on, and there are a set of judges, they are observing the play, and then the same play is getting recorded in a video camera. Okay, now those who are fond of cricket, they can imagine that the cricket match is happening and some judges and the umpires, they are watching the match and the cameras are recording the match. Okay, now you can compare that the eyes of the judges can be compared with the lenses in the camera, right? However, judges experience the theater, the play, or the match, but the cameras, they do not experience, right? The audience of the play or the match, they feel these emotions of joy, of sorrow or anger or dejection or things like that. The camera does not have these emotions, right? The judges are conscious of what is happening. The cameras are just recording the matter. The judges or the audience, they are able to judge, they're able to make a decision whether Sachin is out or not in this LBW appeal. But the cameras do not have any capability of judging, right? So that means these are not a set of machines, right? Machine cannot have these many uh, these things: experience, emotions, consciousness, and ability to make a decision. So this is a scientist who is talking to Srila Prabhupada somewhere in America when Srila Prabhupada founded ISKCON in New York in 1965. And after that, a lot of Western disciples, and they started moving around there. They started giving this knowledge to a lot of people. So one scientist came and asked to Srila Prabhupada this question: Swamiji, I think our body is just a complex machine that gets worn out and crashes, right? Machine wear and tear happens in the machine. The same thing happens in the human body also. So, and the machine dies one day, the human body also dies one day. So why should you bother something about, about some soul which is powering the body? Now carefully listen to the answer which was given by Srila Prabhupada. Does your car or computer grow? Do you have a male car and a female car which can unite and produce a baby car? A living body undergoes 6 changes, whereas matter only depreciates. And it is a soul that makes the living body alive. Okay. So the matter goes through 4 stages. Okay, yeah. There are differences. These major differences are there between a living body and a robot. A living body undergoes 6 changes. What are those 6 changes? We'll get there, Abhi, in the next slide. The matter only dwindles. A male and a female living body can multiply similar species. The male and female of one species, they unite and they produce more of the same species. But the machines cannot reproduce by union. And the living body has consciousness, thinking, feeling, willing, while matter does not have any consciousness. Okay, so now see, the living body goes through these 6 changes. It may be human or animal or a bird or a tree or a pet, anything, but these 6 stages come in every living entity. Birth happens, then the growth years, okay, then maintenance, the production of the byproducts, dwindling, and death. These 6 changes, the 6 stages a body goes through, right? The matter has only 4 out of these 6 stages. The 2 stages are missing in the matter. Who can point out these 2? In these 6 stages, who can answer that which 2 stages are not there in the matter? Quickly. Somebody who has not spoken so far.
Fourth and
Death and production of byproducts.
Okay, production of byproducts does not happen. And sixth is death. Death happens to the body and to the matter also, right?
Growth.
The death of the matter means it crashes, or you just throw in a dustbin. It is not usable anymore. That's death. Somebody spoke something. What is that?
Growth.
Growth. Very good. Who was that?
Rajesh
Anup.
Kartare.
Rajesh. Okay. Thank you, Rajesh. Very nicely answered. Growth does not happen in the matter, right? I purchase a 5-inch phone. It does not become a 7 inches tablet or 10 inches tablet or a laptop, right? In some years, no, it always remains like this. Yes. So that these changes happen in living body because the soul is present in the body. Imagine if the soul leaves the body when the body was 10 years of age. After that, will the body grow? Will the body attain adulthood? Or the later changes in the body, will they come? No, they will not come, because the soul has left the body. So as soon as the soul leaves the body starts depreciating, right? Somebody leaves the body in the evening, before next day sunrise, you know, uh, people try to burn off that body. Okay, just take it away, go to the funeral, burn it away. It is not useful anymore. If the death happens in the daytime before sunset, let's just get rid of the body. The person dies, so after death, nobody calls the body, this dead body, with the name of the person. Let us uh, somebody's name is Surendra. So nobody will say that Surendra is lying there. After Surendra has died, they will start calling the body. बॉडी को उठाओ, बॉडी को चलाओ, बॉडी को यहाँ रखो, बॉडी को ऐसे घुमाओ, बॉडी को नहलाओ, right? So that is logic to understand. So Lord Krishna taught Arjuna, you are not the body, you are spirit soul, and all decision making has to happen from this platform. Okay, what we see in the mirror is not what we are. We are the soul, which is not seen in the mirror, but which is the driver of the car, of this bodily car. Okay, so it's a very good diagram on the slide. Just try to understand it, what is happening here. See, the human body is compared with some machinery. Okay, this boy is looking himself in the mirror. So this is the mirror. He's looking at the face, right? So what is he looking at? This brain. There are some circuits here in the brain. Okay, this comparison with the electronics and the machinery. The brain has some circuitry. There are some lenses. Eyes are nothing but the lenses, right? So the camera is there, and whatever we see in the outside world, that is transmitted inside. And here the soul, which is driving this body, and the soul is looking at the outside world from these eyes, which are the holes in the body, which are the lenses in the body. So it's just like a camera, right? We use cameras, we use CCTV cameras. We are sitting in a room, but we can see outside what is happening with the camera. Similarly, the soul is looking at the outside world or in the mirror with the help of this camera. Okay, who is with the soul here? With Atma, there is Paramatma, right? Always they are sitting side by side in this body. Okay, and there are things like, fuel engine and whatnot. So the food is considered as a fuel, and so on. Okay, so the driver of this bodily car is the soul. Okay, so the material point of view is that we are the bodies made up of matter. We are no more than a chemical bundle. Everything is finished at the time of death. But the spiritual point of view is that we are not the material bodies of flesh and bones. We are spirit souls engaged in the material body. We do not die when material body stops to function. Okay. So just as a car, we have a mouth to speak. A car has a horn. We have a mouth. The car has headlights. We have eyes. The car has a radiator. We have the heart to pump blood. Car has wheels. We have legs. But the car cannot budge 1 inch without the driver. Similarly, our body cannot budge an inch without the soul, the presence of the soul inside. Okay. So, but what is the condition? The soul and the body. How do we understand why the body is there? So just as the bird, when we catch a bird, we take a bird from somewhere, we keep it in the cage. Actually, the bird wants to fly. The bird wants to live a free life, but the bird is encaged, right? Trapped in the cage. Similarly, soul is also encaged in this body. This body is made up of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. You may have heard about it in some other ways earlier, in other forums or somewhere. This is like in India, this is very well known that this body is made up of Panch Tattva. So we do not know our real identity as a soul. And what do? We spend all our life in polishing the cage. So this is the mistake we are doing in the first step of the mathematical question. That we forget that we are the soul. We think that we are the bodies, and we keep polishing the body always. We feed the body. We give rest to the body. We comb the body. We massage the body. We give everything. Everything is for the body and nothing for the soul. So we are pampering the body. We are not feeding the soul. So what happens? The soul suffers. Soul wants happiness, but the happiness is not coming because what soul wants is not being given to it. Okay. So now I will give you some technical understanding, and Shashi, we will get to the more evidences of understanding of soul. Okay, after this.
Jay,
So yeah,
Jay,
Shashi.
I'm thinking about one more thing.
Okay.
And is it okay that I ask it now? The question is quickly.
Yeah.
Soul,
Yeah.
soul is eternal, right? It lives,
Yes.
and body has a limited time, right? But if you say that soul is the
Yes.
drives the body, and the body by virtue of the soul together multiplies, grows, reproduces, and thrives, right? So,
Yes.
so why at all should soul leave the body? Why not the body and soul become internal together?
Yeah. So because the body depreciates, right? The body keeps depreciating. This law.
Yeah, yeah.
For some time it will grow. After some time it will start depreciating. So when the body becomes useless, that the soul has to leave this present body and take another better body, useful body.
No, but that is where the question is, right? Who is driving what? And together they make the essence of the things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same soul which is able to drive it to grow the body, right?
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
and it also,
So why can't the soul keep maintaining this body forever?
yeah.
Right?
I mean, it looks a little bit thoughtful because
Yeah.
biologically, if I go back and you just said that 70 years, the body replaces its whole chemical composition cells.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then why at all the soul should leave the body, and if body has capability to self?
Yes. Yeah. Very good thought, Shashi. Very good thought. Yeah, you are right that if the soul is capable to maintain this body, then why doesn't it keep doing that? The thing is, the answer is that soul is engaged in the body, and the whatever is the body and the soul in this world, they are influenced by the material nature. The laws of material nature are working on everything in this world. Okay, so we cannot defy. Soul is powerful, but not more powerful than the material nature. The material nature is imposing uh, heat, cold, rains, drought, famines, wars, or the birth, death, old age, disease. These are the phenomena which are influenced on me by the material nature, right? And the soul has the capability, some capability, but then it is not. It does not have more capability than the material nature. Material nature overpowers the power of the soul. Okay, and there is a reason for that. I will come to that reason why this happens. This will be discussed in the topic 5. Okay, please remind me, but it will come in the due course of time. But the point is that these inconveniences of not being able to maintain the body, going through the diseases, going through the process of death and the next birth, and all these miseries in this world, these things are imposed on us, all of us in this world, as a punishment. Now, why the punishment is given, that will come later. Okay, so let's move ahead. Thank you, Shashi, for the question and the thought. So the soul is covered by the gross and the subtle coverings. Okay, now this is a very, very technical discussion. I request you all pay attention. If you're doing something else along with the class, leave that something else and just focus on what I say right now. Okay. This is 6:10. We started at around 5:30. So we'll go on for 20 more minutes. Around 6:30, 6:35, we'll try to wind up. Okay, so this is our human body. Okay, representation of a human body. And this human body is made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. Now quickly, how do we understand that earth, this body is made up of earth? We'll start from earth and we'll understand everything in this sequence. How do we understand this body is made up of earth? Anyone?
Because it can mix with the earth.
I'm sorry?
After death, it will disintegrate and mix with the earth.
Okay, yeah, very nice. After the death, it disintegrates and it just mixes in the earth. Yeah. Simple understanding is the body has a lot of these chemicals, right? We discussed in the first and second slide of this presentation. You know, this potassium, magnesium, iron, and all these chemicals. These chemicals are they represent the earth earth element. Because everything these all come from earth only. So this is the earth element. Then this body is made up of water also. How do we know that? You know, we drink so much water every day. I just drank a glass of water, and the blood is flowing. There are juices in the body, right? 70% of the human body is water. So water is there. Simple to understand. Is there fire in this body?
Heat in the body. If there is no fire, there will be no heat. The body temperature is there.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Yes. Very nice point. Our body maintains its temperature, right? 98 degrees Fahrenheit. So this temperature is maintained because fire is there in the body, right? In the Ayurveda, it is called Jatragni. It is said that our stomach has this digestive fire, and this digestive fire coincides the flames up and the flames down as along with the movement of the sun. So our eating habits should match with the sunrise and the sunset and things like that. And the Jatragni in the morning is very strong. We should have the heavy diet in the morning. We should have the light diet in the evening. So all these concepts are based on the Ayurveda concept of Jatragni. So Agni is there. Air. Is air there in the body? Yes, I'm breathing in a lot of air and I'm breathing out, right? Nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, all these things are there in the body. So air is there. What is ether? Sometimes in English, they say that earth, water, fire, air, and sky, space. In Hindi, they call it antariksh, bhumi, भूमि है, जल है, अग्नि है, वायु है, और लास्ट में बोलते हैं आकाश. तो आकाश का क्या मतलब है? Who can describe this? See this
Vacuum.
ether component, right? This element. Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Who is that? Manisha.
Yeah, vacuum. Somewhat vacuum.
Vacuum.
Yeah.
No, it is not vacuum. It is not
Okay.
vacuum. Although the space is considered to be vacuum, but this element, although it is called space, sometimes it is not vacuum. Space here means the simple concept of space in a room or in a building, right? We have a room of 8 by 10 size. What does that mean? 8 by 10 square feet, 80 square feet room. So 80 square feet room is like the space is measured in this unit of square feet or square meters, right? So that is the space. The space is not the where the satellite goes. That space is not pointed out here. The space means kitni jagah hai room ke andar, that is space. Similarly, the body, 5 feet, 5 by 4. When we lie down, we need a bed of, let's say, 6 by 3, 6 by 4, or 7 by 4. So human body takes up some space, right? So there is some space in the body. The bones are there. I have a particular form. head is there, neck is there, chest is there, and so on, legs is there. So everything is spaced properly in this body. ऐसा नहीं है कि सारी हड्डियों को, मांसपेशियों को एक साथ ऐसे भर के एक थैले के अंदर डाल के ऐसा कुछ तो बना दिया, ऐसा नहीं है ना. We take up some space. So there is a space. Very simple. Don't think about sky. Don't think about the vacuum and antariksh and so on. No, that is very difficult to understand. वो उसका मतलब वो नहीं है. Simple meaning is a space as the concept of space in the mathematics. Okay. Any questions so far? Now we'll go deeper into this. No questions. Very good. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Bhumirapo analo vayu khammano buddhir evacha ahankar iti yamme bhinnah prakritir ashtadha. He says that the soul is covered by 8 elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. These are 5, and next 3 are, so earth, water, fire, air, ether means Bhumi, Apo, Anal, Vayu, and Kham. These are the Sanskrit words for this. And after that comes mind, intelligence, and false ego. Okay, that is another covering. That is called subtle body. Mind, intelligence, and false ego. In Sanskrit, man, buddhi, ahankar. So bhumi, rapo, analo, vayu, kham, man, buddhir, evacha, ahankar, false ego, itiyame, bhinna, prakritir, ashtadha. 8 elements are there which are covering the soul, 5 gross and 3 subtle. Okay. Now what is mind? We have understood earth is there, what earth, water, fire, air, ether, they are there. What is this mind? This is called man. हम कहते हैं ना हमारा मन नहीं लगता है, मेरा मन नहीं कर रहा है आज ये वाला खाना खाने का, आज पकोड़े बनाए जाए. लॉकडाउन में माताओं को बहुत परेशान किया गया घर में, right? New dishes every day. All these working people, they were all in the home all the time, and the ladies, they were just hoping that the lockdown ends soon, and they were cursing Modi. Please open the lockdown, let these guys go to the school and the offices, and let us get some rest. So mind, मन बहुत चंचल है. मन मेरा पढ़ाई में मन नहीं लगता है, घूमने जाने का मन कर रहा है, मूवी देखने का मन, ये मन है क्या? What is this mind? So अभी देखिए, where is earth in this body? Can we see earth? Earth is a gross element and water is subtler than the earth. ठीक है? So technical hai. I am hoping that you are all paying attention. I can't see you. You are all invisible. You all have superpowers and you are invisible. I can't. There is no way for me to know what is happening in the class. Are you getting the point or not? But I just so hope that you are paying all this attention. This is very technical, and you will not understand this anywhere on your own, right? So Earth is a gross element. I can touch. I can hold. Earth has a shape. A stone I pick up, it has a particular shape, and I can throw it. It has some weight. Water is subtler than the earth. What is the meaning? Water I can see, but water does not have a shape. It can take the shape of the vessel. So water is subtler than the earth. Now fire is even more subtler than the water. ठीक है? वाटर को मैं हाथ में ले सकता हूं, एक वेसल में ले सकता हूं. फायर को, कैन आई टेक फायर इन अ वेसल? नो. Although water does not have a shape, fire also does not have a shape, but at least water can be taken, filled up in a vessel. Fire cannot be filled up in a vessel, right? It cannot be touched also. Then air is subtler than the fire, right? Fire can at least be seen, but air cannot be seen also. It can only be felt. The air is blowing. I feel some sensation on my skin. I know that the air is there. And the ether is subtler than the air. Air, at least I can feel Ether, I can only understand in my mind. Yeah, ether means space. Space is there. This is 8 by 10, this is 2 by 2. This is understanding in the mind. Okay. So we are going from gross to subtle in this sequence, right? So this outer body is called the gross body, and that is why the inner body is called the subtle body, because these mind intelligence falls go, they are subtler than even the space, the ether. Okay. Now I'm asking you a fundamental question. Where is mind in our body? किस अच्छा, who all have your mind with you? किस के पास mind है? Raise your hand please on Zoom. किसी के पास में mind नहीं है क्या? Shashi, okay, Shashi saying, okay, Shashi has his mind in place. Okay, what about others? No, everybody has a mind. So where is the mind?
It's in the skull. If you ask
It's in
me,
the skull. Okay, Shashi says that it's in the skull. Somebody else?
biologically, skull is the area.
Okay, biologically.
माइंड मतलब मन का कोई स्थान नहीं होता.
मन का कोई स्थान ही नहीं है. मन तो हम कहीं छोड़ के आ गए हैं. ऐसा है? No, you're right. You're giving the answer. I'm just trying to pull it. Okay, just to help you explain it further or give some thoughts. Okay, how many of you agree that mind is in the skull or in the brain?
Sorry, I also have a conflict now. You can also talk about heart and mind combinedly.
Okay. ठीक है. So let us give this option. Those of you who feel that the mind is there in the heart, raise your hands, and then I will make the hand raise for the skull. Those of you who think that mind is there in the heart. अच्छा, मन को दिल ही ऐसे, एटलीस्ट बॉलीवुड ने तो हमें यही सिखाया है. दिल है कि मानता नहीं, दिल तो पागल है, यही सब बताया है ना श्री बॉलीवुड ने. Okay, Shashi is saying that Shashi's mind was there in the skull, but before now it is in the heart. Okay, I'm just joking. Okay, Shashi, please do not mind. I'm just kidding. Just to light up the class. Okay, see, so many years we have passed in this world. 20 years, 25 years, 30, 35, 45. Some of us are approaching 50, right? And we do not know actually where is our mind. And we are living life. We are doing so much in our education. We are earning lakhs and lakhs of rupees. We are making so much decision making. We are, so many things we are doing in our lives, but we do not know where is our mind. So if you do not know where is our mind, then where is the question of controlling this mind and putting this mind into a positive direction, engaging the mind into some fruitful, beneficial activities? If you do not know where is the mind, then all this is bogus. This is what modern education is. What is the most fundamental thing? What is the most fundamental knowledge? It does not give you. What does it give you? It only gives you information. Sun rises in the east. This crop happens in the Punjab. This crop happens in the Maharashtra. Okay, this is the temperature in this part of the world. In America, these many people have died. In Europe, some strike is going on. Okay, those people, there are these kind of food is eaten in the Italy. These kind of animals are found in Australia. What is this? This is knowledge or this is information? This is only information. You mix these two chemicals, you make this third chemical. You create a laptop like this. You make a gadget like this. You make roads like this. Information, but no transformation. Life goes on just like that. We are living like animals. We are behaving like animals, and we are dying like animals. Ultimately, no purpose of life. Hmm? Now I will give you some hint. Okay, let's just follow this hint and you will come to know that where is the mind in the body. Okay, you understood so far that all these elements on the left side, earth, water, fire, air, ether, they are going gross to subtle. Okay, where is earth in this body? Wherever I can see, wherever I can touch, there is earth in this body, right? Bones are there, the muscles are there. Where is water in this body? Something which is subtler, water, right? If I put one object on the table, the object will remain there. If I pour water on the table, what will happen? The water will spread away, right? Spread out because it is subtle. Where is fire in this body? Where is air in this body? See, all these are going subtle, 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 right? Think of a room. You put some object in the room, the object remains there. Put some water in the room, water spreads. Put some fire in the room, what will happen? Fire will occupy less space than water or more space?
More space.
It will occupy more space. It will cover up the more area of the room. What about air? What about
Still-
air?
Still more.
Air is it will still more. Yeah, it'll occupy even more space. Air is actually everywhere in the room. Similarly, air is everywhere in the body. What about ether? Ether is more subtler. So ether is also everywhere in the body. And the mind is even more subtler than the ether.
Acha.
So where is the mind? Mind is everywhere in the body. Okay, you can't say that the mind is here or the mind is here or somebody's mind is here and somebody's mind is here or somebody's mind is in the knees. It's not like that. Mind is everywhere in the body because it is a subtle element. And not only everywhere in the body, mind is very powerful because it's subtle. Whatever is subtle becomes more powerful. You can counter earth by water. You cannot stop. You can, but you can. The water can cut a rock, but a rock cannot cut water, isn't it? So when we go from gross to subtle, the subtle element becomes more powerful. The fire is more powerful than the water. The air is more powerful than the fire. The space is more powerful than the air. And mind is more powerful than entire all these gross elements. So because it is more powerful, it can actually go out of the body also. So we say that, in the classrooms, when teacher is teaching, teacher asks the student on the who is sitting in the class, but he's lost somewhere. The teacher asks, where are you? You are in the class, but not in the class. Your mind has gone somewhere. Sitting here, we reach America, just the power of mind. Right? So mind is everywhere in the body. It can actually go anywhere else also outside the body. So and then intelligence. Intelligence is buddhi. Okay, it is even more subtler. False ego is ahankar. It is even more subtler. Okay, so quickly, what is the meaning of mind in terms of false ego? The mind is storehouse of our past experiences and emotions and information. Okay, mind is storehouse, the memory. That's the major role of the mind. Okay, intelligence is our decision making power, our discrimination power. Okay, that is intelligence. And false ego is our identification. So this can be understood with the help of an example. Okay, this is 629. We'll go on this. I'll just cover this slide and then we'll stop for today, and more discussion on the soul we'll cover in the next week. But this is the most lengthy and most important and most technical slide of this entire presentation. And while we are on it, we will try to finish it. And the next week, we'll do a little bit of revision, and we'll be able to finish this topic of soul in the next week. Okay, so let us say that I am going on the street and there is a restaurant on the roadside and I see hot jalebis coming out of the pan in the restaurant. So now immediately mind will throw impressions to the soul that, see, last time you had jalebis, that was a time, it was so savory, it was so nice, it was so delicious. Just go and grab. Don't worry, you will feel happy when you will eat these jalebis. The intelligence will say, yeah, that is right, but your doctor has said that your sugar levels are rising, you are a diabetic patient, or you are just coming out of some disease, so you should not have this. Maybe you can have it sometime later, but today is not the right time. The mind will say, have it, grab it. The intelligence will say, don't grab it, be away, stay away. Okay, it will result in a bad, it will harm your health. Okay, so that is the role of mind and intelligence. Now the person will agree to what decision this person will take. It will either go with the mind or it will go with intelligence. A person has only two choices, mind or intelligence. कभी कभी होता है ना, हमारे मन में किसी भी काम को लेकर दो विचार आते हैं, मुझे ऐसा करना चाहिए, मुझे ऐसा करना चाहिए. कभी कभी इसको कॉमन लैंग्वेज को बोलते हैं दिल से भावुक व्यक्ति है, वो दिल से इमोशनल है, वो इमोशनल डिसीजन लेता है. ही डज नॉट अप्लाई हिज ब्रेन. दिल से नहीं, दिमाग से सोचो, दिमाग से काम लगाओ. So these two voices are there in our heart always. Which one do we choose depends upon which one do we feed on the daily basis. Understood? What decision we make depends upon we are feeding the mind or we are feeding the intelligence on the daily basis. Now, on every alcohol bottle, on every smoking packet, cigarette packet, it is written that drinking is injurious to health, smoking is injurious to health. But still, the person is purchasing it with his own money and smoking and drinking. Why? Because mind is giving its impressions. You see, when you drank the last time, it was so amazing feeling. You felt like a king, isn't it? No, I've never experienced it. Feeling like a king. The Will's cigarette, right? They have this punchline: live life king size. And then these people who live life king size, they die like rat size in the hospitals, isn't it? So mind, when we keep on taking our decision with whatever our mind says, and mind always make us do the wrong things by default. Mind will only work on the immediate emotions, the short-term goals, the short-term pleasures. Mind always plays that part, that role. Now, if the person has made his intelligence strong enough by the association of good people around him, by reading good books, by having good habits, then this person will be able to say no to the mind. Okay, that has to be practiced over a period of time. But if the person is doing what the mind says, the intelligence will keep on becoming weaker. Mind will keep on becoming stronger. Every time we follow what the mind says, mind incrementally becomes more stronger. Right? So the formula of mind control according to Bhagavad Gita is that you improve your intelligence. You make your intelligence stronger. And how do you make your intelligence stronger? As I said, we follow the principles, we look at the long-term goals, we deride the short-term pleasures, right? We learn the scriptures, we learn from Bhagavad Gita. That makes our intelligence very strong. Okay, now what is false ego? False ego is our identification, our false identification. For example, I say that I am a software engineer. I am actually a soul, and the software engineering title does not have anything to do with the soul. All the more, this title of being a software engineer is temporary. Today I'm a software engineer, tomorrow I might be something else, and when I die, all these designations will be over. This is the false ego that I am somebody's son, I am somebody's husband or a wife, this is my profession, this is my no. India is great, India is a great country. Why India is a great country, sir? Now this person will give lot of examples why India is great. But if this person would have been an American, he would say America is great. If this same person would have been a Pakistani, he would say Pakistan is great, and he would give 10 reasons for Pakistan to be a great country, isn't it? So that means, is the country great? No, that means this person, according to this person is great. I am great. So India is great because I am an Indian. Hence, I have to prove that India is great. This is our false identification. I am a man. I am a woman. Many times we feel these sentiments, or somebody says us, "Arey, be a man. Itna kya डरते हो तुम? Be a man." What is this? This is false identification, false ego. Okay. The true ego, the true identification of every one of us is we are the spirit soul. We are part and parcel of God. This should be our identification, and some more along this line, which we'll discuss in the coming sessions. So this is okay. This is 6:37. I think we should take a pause now. We'll discuss something more on this slide in the coming week, because the last part of this slide, which is soul, is pending. We did not discuss anything on the soul. The soul has two coverings, subtle body and the gross body. The yellow outline, it represents the soul, and the soul is eternity, knowledge, and bliss. These are the properties. We will discuss these properties in the coming session. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. If there are any questions, I can take now. And if you are getting late, those of you who are getting late can drop off. And I'll be online for some time if there are some discussions which are required. Yes. And I would like to see everyone on the camera. If you can, if you are okay to switch on your camera, so that we start identifying one another. Thank you, Sharad Prasad ji. Sharad Prasad ji has been the most regular person in this class. Since the first class, he has always been there. Hi, Anagha, Ankita.
Hare Krishna,
Savitar.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Okay, who else is there? Yes, Manisha Gade. Manisha was there last time also. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Gyanendra, for joining.
Thank you.
Vishal, thank you. Vishal, are your questions getting answered properly? Are you satisfied?
Yes, Prabhuji, if anything is there, I will connect with you.
Okay, nice. Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so I think there are no questions. Shashi will cover more examples of how we understand that we are soul and we're not the body. We have scientific evidences also, but I have not put them in the start of the discussion, because that biases our intelligence. So we keep I always keep the scientific angle at the end. Apart from the first session, in the third Vedic session also, I kept the scientific discoveries and the Vedic understanding, scientific information in the Vedas at the end. So that's the protocol. Not protocol. That's the I follow this kind of a model so that we don't get biased by science. Okay, so generally these sessions are 2 hours, and because we are meeting only for 1 hour or so, so it is every session is becoming into 2 parts. I hope that is okay with everyone. I also wanted to check with you and remind you that Gita Sar is starting on 26 December, right? 301 rupees registration, and you can enroll into that. You will get a Bhagavad Gita in your home. If you have a Bhagavad Gita already, you can use the new Bhagavad Gita to gift to somebody. It's a New Year, as a New Year gift, as a Christmas gift, and so on. But the 7 days sessions we are doing on Bhagavad Gita, they are going to be very, very fruitful. So you can join them. Our session timing, this session which we are doing right now, 5 to 6:15, is not going to clash with that one. So you can choose that. That is going to happen in Hindi, English, Marathi, whatever language you want to choose, you can choose that. Yes, Shashi, you were saying something. I'm sorry. I cut you short.
No, that's okay. So whatever you taught today, for example,
Yes.
if I need to do a deep dive, and I have, let's say, Bhagavad Gita as a book,
Yes.
which words or which page can I read more to get more details of every detail of the meaning that was explained by Lord Krishna to Arjun? So
Yeah.
do you
So
have certain pages where I can go back and reread to get
sure.
more?
Sure. I will send the verse number on the group. Exact verse I will send. You can go to that particular verse number. Page number you don't need. You can locate a verse by the verse number also. Right? Verse number means the chapter number and the verse number in the chapter. So you will be easily able to locate that. So please feel free to read about this verse. But in the Bhagavad Gita purports, you will not find the things explained in this way as I am doing here. But nevertheless, you go through that and we can discuss in the next session. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate your coming in to join these sessions on every Sunday. Being a family person, I know that it is extremely difficult to find extra time on the Sundays apart from our regular activities. The family needs time. We are away from office. We also want to get some rest. But as we are growing older in our life, our time to make spiritual progress is shrinking day by day, because right, we have a certain age, right, and we are moving closer to our end every day. We have to live life in this consciousness and make best use of every time and every resource we have to make maximum spiritual progress. Thank you very much. Thank you all for joining. See you next week, same time.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.